What's our password?
You're currently offline.
No, I got
You
it.
got your own now.
Yeah.
Community, if mine goes on, take mine, and then I can just read from this. Hold on. I did.
Good evening. Welcome to the June 9th, 2026 Select Board meeting. This meeting will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. We're going to start with doing the pledge, and then we're going to go into executive session. We will be returning out of executive session on or about 7 o'clock.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to go into executive session, and we will be back.
Motion to enter into executive session to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel and to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining and to discuss deployment and funding of security personnel or strategy with respect to security related to the Craft Sports and Entertainment 2026 Annual Entertainment License for events proposed by Gillette Stadium, One Patriot Place.
Second.
Mark, yes.
Stephanie, yes.
Bill, yes.
Amy, yes.
Debbie, yes.
Okay, we'll see you at 7. be live shortly.
Mike?
Yeah.
I
Joe,
want to
make
make
sure
sure he
you're
knows
turned
we
down.
can go live now.
Yeah, I just,
Turn
Oh,
his
you did
phone
that?
down.
Okay.
His ringer off.
there we go.
Joe, is your phone off?
All right, we're ready, guys, we're back?
I'm gonna speak it up. I'm just looking at something I need to speak about at open public comment tonight.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the June 9th Select Board meeting. Just exited executive session. We'll start with citizens' input.
Oh, do we do the pledge first or no?
We already did it.
Already did.
Joe?
Yes. Good evening, Joseph Garrity, 77 N Carl Anning Court. I just want to follow up from my open public comment back at the April 14th, 2026 meeting regarding the Navy versus Notre Dame game in town on Halloween. I mentioned this, that if, depending on the time of the game, trick-or-treating in Foxborough, the selectmen would have had to consider moving trick-or-treating from Foxborough to Friday, but now I found out kickoff time is 12 o'clock and should be over 3:30. And I don't know if that would have an impact to trick-or-treating on October 31st this year.
Well, we think it will, but we don't know how the travel will go. But,
Check with the chief.
yeah, so we're going to just play it by ear, Joe, at this point.
Yeah, because I remember back in 2010 when there was a Patriots home game on a Sunday on Halloween, they moved it to Saturday because of the 4:25 game. That's why I'm just seeing if it's the same connection.
Yeah, yeah, so it should be
We're
okay.
talking about the football game?
Yeah.
Navy versus Notre Dame on Halloween.
Notre Dame. Yep.
The good
Thank
thing
you,
is with a
Joe.
noon start.
Joe. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Is there anybody online?
No.
No. Anybody else? No? Okay, being on or after 7:05, we have a public hearing for alteration of premises application, Be Happy Brewery LLC, doing business as Wormtown Brewery located at 250 Patriot Place.
Make a motion to open a public hearing. The Select Board, acting as the local licensing authority pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 138, will conduct a public hearing on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, beginning at 7:05 PM in the Gala Meeting Room, Town Hall, 40 South Street, Foxborough, Mass., on the application of an alteration of premises application of an on-premises annual all-alcohol beverage license for Be Hoppy Brewing LLC, doing business as Wormtown Brewery, 250 Patriot Place, Foxborough, Mass. Sam Hendler, General Manager, posted 5/26/26 and 6/2/26.
Okay.
I'll second.
Mark, yes?
Stephanie, yes.
Bill, yes.
Amy, yes.
Debbie, yes.
Okay. Good evening. Could you introduce yourselves first? And-
Yes, Attorney Tyler Hensler. To my left is Sam Hendler. We're here on behalf of Be Hoppy Brewing, Be Hoppy Brewery LLC. In front of you, you should have an alteration of premises. This is due to renovations done at the 250 Patriot Place location. Those renovations included adding an additional service station to the outdoor patio. This outdoor service station is in the form of a lockable service window on the patio with access to the interior bar. So we've filed an application to just provide an updated floor plan to the board and to the ABCC. There's no change in the overall footprint, the square footage or the total seating capacity. It's just a slightly updated seating layout and the addition of that service area. The ABCC, I'm sure the board is aware, has a rule of thumb that an alteration of premises is not usually needed for cosmetic renovations. However, when you add a service area, an additional bar or a tap, if that's added or moved, then an alteration should be filed. So because they did add this service window, though they're not really moving the bar, we decided out of an abundance of caution to call, and we coordinated with Katie, and we filed this. So we're happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Appreciate you being proactive.
Of course.
Doc, any
No, pretty self-explanatory to me.
stuff?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm all set. Thank you.
Well, it's your lucky night. We're, don't have a lot of questions. I think, again, to your point, I appreciate the fact that you brought it in, while it may be questionable if you had to. But at least this way, it's open, everybody understands what's going on, it's had the reviews that it needs to have, and therefore we should not have any issues with it. And again, you haven't changed anything, you've got all the tips certified, you got everybody else that you need that way, so I don't see this as a major ask, but.
There's bigger issues in the town coming up.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Mark, yes.
Stephanie, yes.
Bill, yes.
Amy, yes.
Debbie, yes.
Motion to approve an alteration of premises application from B Hoppy Brewing LLC, doing business as Wormtown Brewery, 250 Patriot Place.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None?
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I finally got a chance to
Couldn't
talk.
have been any easier. Okay. Public hearing change, LLC managers. Time?
Yeah, we're good, 7:15.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Make a motion to open a public hearing. The Select Board, acting as the local licensing authority pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 138, will conduct a public hearing on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, beginning at 7:15 p.m. in the Gala Meeting Room, Town Hall, 40 South Street, Foxborough, Mass., on the application of a change of LLC managers, change of ownership interest, and change of pledge of license application of an on-premises annual all-alcohol beverage license for SV Patriot Place LLC, doing business as Splitsville Howl at the Moon, 220 Patriot Place, Foxborough, Mass. Brian Peterson, General Manager. Posted 5/26/26 and 6/2/26.
Second.
Mark, yes?
Stephanie, yes.
Bill, yes.
Amy, yes. Debbie, yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Again, introduce yourself, please.
My name is Paul Holian. I'm the part owner, previously, and the full owner, assuming today goes well, of SV Patriot Place.
Okay. And
Ryan Gosda,
so
counsel
the
for
change here,
SB Patriot
who's
Place
the new
LLC.
ownership with?
Say that again?
Who is the new ownership then?
So I've been involved with this business for 14 years since we opened it. When we first opened the business, we had 3 legal entities that were partnerships. We had Splitsville, which was represented by folks out of Florida. We had myself, which the entity I represented was called Right Coast Hospitality Group. And then the third entity was HAL USA. In 2019, HAL USA and my entity, Right Coast, purchased the shares of the Florida entities, continuing the business operation, continuing the brand, everything else, just the partnership changed a little bit. And then today, I'm looking to acquire HAL's ownership in the business, as well as my entity has some investors. So the way this is actually structured is I'm actually buying out Right Coast and HAL. But I have a 30% ownership of the business that I'm rolling over. So it's a little corporately complicated, but it's the same person who's been here for 14 years that'll be running it. But I'll own all of it through an entity called GJ&K, which is just a holding company I own.
Who's online?
This is my attorney, Ryan.
Good evening, everyone. I'm not sure if, can you hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, great. The only thing I would add as well is we are also seeking a pledge of the license as well in connection with a loan that was entered into with Cambridge Savings Bank. That loan was partially used to fund the buyout, which Paul had just mentioned. So the license is being pledged as collateral under that loan. But otherwise, as mentioned by Paul, no operational changes proposed whatsoever. This is largely just an administrative housekeeping matter to update the corporate ownership structure. But happy to answer any questions you might have.
So the assumption here, obviously, is even though you're pledging the license, if you are in default in any way, the license still can get pulled.
Well, the
for-
requirement in my lease is the license can't ever leave Patriot Place. So in a default situation, what would happen is the license would be sold back to NPP Development for their use within the
Right.
property, right?
No, but I'm saying, but it's, as far as the pledging to the bank, it still has an issue relative to that, which is town control.
Yes,
So-
yeah, and the bank's got a pledge, but they really can't do anything with it, quite candidly, yeah.
Right.
And they're aware of that.
Bill? Sorry, just a clarifying item. It's not actually to Patriot Place. It's a node-specific license. It actually does come back to the town. It doesn't go back to Patriot Place. But it's
Okay.
not something that the town can do. It has to go to a Patriot Place location. I'd just like to be very crystal clear about that.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments?
No, my only question was the one you brought up about the bank having a license. Thank you for clarifying that.
No, just a comment. I can't believe it's been 14 years.
Yeah,
Long time
I haven't
ago.
been, I was here once in 2019, but before it was in the school, I think, before, and that was a much different time back then,
Yeah.
so I'm happy I'm still here.
Holy mackerel, that's right, we were in the school back then.
Yep, yep, I was in that building quite a bit back
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Are you doing any changes? Like, nothing?
No, everything stays the same.
All right. Any concerns on our side from a legal perspective or anything? No? All right, good. Motion?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Mark, yes?
Stephanie, yes?
Bill, yes.
Amy, yes. Debbie, yes.
Oh, I lost that place, there we go. Motion to approve a change of LLC managers, change of ownership interest, and change of pledge of license application, SV Patriot Place, LLC, doing business as Splitsville, Howl at the Moon, 220 Patriot Place.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? 12, 500.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
7:25 joint meeting with the planning board is going to be, are we tabling it, or are we?
Yes, so with respect to the joint meeting with the planning board, after discussing it with the chair of the planning board and the planning director, they are going to go through the typical process. They were unaware that they should advertise, so they're going to go through the advertising process and seek applications for the associate member, and we'll see them back in the future.
Great.
7:35 FY27 non-union pay plans. Mike, would you like to join us?
So this was what we discussed in executive session for those at home. The high-level update is we are, Mike, can you remind me what the high-level update is? We are reclassifying the communication specialist, regrading a new director of clinical services, changing the name of the community substance abuse coordinator over to the, what's the new name?
Like a public safety co-response clinician. Just for transparency, the director of clinical services will remain the same at a grade 8.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
For that clarification. Did I miss anything, Mike?
And then just like restructuring the payroll in the prior benefits administrator role into a payroll human resources like administrator role, and just here like a reconfiguration there as well.
So there were two versions, I believe. We are approving the pink version of the pay plan with the one caveat of a add back that we didn't have for one position, putting it back onto the schedule so it exists, even though it won't be filled. Is everybody in agreement with that?
Yep.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the FY '27 non-union managerial pay plan.
Second.
Is there a way of us designating? I mean, do we have to?
Okay,
Because there
the-
was two versions.
The
Right.
non-union
Saying
Yeah, that says
including proposed
new
changes.
We proposed
Of
changes. There you
the-
go. Thank you.
pink plan?
Well, there's two titles. So the one that's orange is actually just the COLA, it says just COLA.
Okay.
And the pink one that you actually approving says including proposed
Proposed
new
new
changes.
changes.
So that's how
Okay.
you know it's the
Okay.
correct one.
Thank you. Just wanted it on the record.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Second?
I said.
Okay. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none? Thank you, Mike.
And yeah, like,
the other one.
and also there's the FY27 seasonal yeah, part-time plan. Basically we just increased we increased the number of positions by the COLA. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did in FY26 when we came before you for the recreational positions. We actually have those approved for 2 years. So yeah, like we already have the FY27 for rec already approved. But here we're just proposing updates to the library page, just by a 2.5% cost of living, as well, yeah, as well as updates to the electrical in the plumbing inspector positions. Really to reflect what we're doing now. We actually have those at a $45 per inspection basis. Yeah, rather than hourly rate basis. And our prior pay plans reflected an hourly rate basis rather than a per inspection basis. So we're proposing to update that as well as the provisional firefighter and the reserve officer rates as well. Yes. FY27.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Motion to approve the FY27 non-union part-time seasonal pay plan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Preference?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Let's talk about marijuana.
Okay.
Who's got this one? You, Paige?
Yes, this is me. So this topic of this one is marijuana delivery policy. Doesn't everybody want to talk about that? As we all know, marijuana is now legal in Massachusetts, and Foxborough opted several years ago to not allow the sale of recreational marijuana. It was done by both ballot and a town meeting, so we're very clear that that's not permitted. Recently, in April, the governor signed a new law into place which allows marijuana to be delivered to people's homes. And so the Cannabis Commission has reached out to all the communities to let them know of this. Since we are a community that prohibited marijuana in our community, we are able to request a 2-year waiver of delivery in our town. Otherwise, it will be open, people can receive deliveries. Given that you're the policy board, I felt it was more appropriate of a decision to come from you than me. So I didn't know whether you wanted to consider it, think about it, talk about it. I mean, you don't need to make a decision now, but there is a form. If the town does want to seek a waiver, there's a form I would fill out and submit to the Cannabis Control Commission, and we'd get a 2-year waiver.
Has the police chief commented on this at all with any concern?
He's so busy. He's slightly aware of it. He's kind of like, but I think I don't want to speak too much from him because we really haven't had much to talk about it. The gist I got is it'd probably be best to just leave it as it, I think he'd be fine with it being not allowed in the town. And we haven't, it's been on the agenda. I had it on a prior agenda, just under my notes, and then it's been on this agenda. We haven't had any input on this topic. I thought we might receive, some questions from the community or whatnot, either side, and we have not received anything. So you do not need to take action today, but it is something, if you do want to seek the waiver, I can do that at any time.
If we don't seek the waiver now, does it mean that it's open season? They can,
Could be, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could kick the waiver into effect, but prior to that, I don't know when delivery is actually starting, but I would assume if it starts, they'd be delivering to Foxborough. I did go on the state's website, and it definitely, as of right now, there's no restriction on any town. So,
So all basically the waiver would do is get us 2 years if the law stays in place.
yes.
I mean, listen, I know that the whole marijuana issue was very, very, we did not want to have any dispensaries here. On this one, I don't know, I'm a little bit, if it's legal and you can buy it and have it in your house, I don't really see what the difference is whether it's being delivered there or not. I don't know if anybody, and I know that's probably not what people want to hear at home, but if in 2 years it's gonna,
Well, no, you could ask for
Probably
an
get another-
extension.
oh, you can ask for an extension, okay. I don't know, I don't feel really that strongly one way or the other. I guess if you weren't allowed to have marijuana in Foxborough, I wouldn't want it to be delivered here, but if it's if you're allowed to have it, I don't really see what the difference is whether it being delivered. But just, you know, I don't really feel strongly one way or the other.
I think it's not broken, what we're doing now with no delivery and obviously no stores. It's not broken, and that's evidenced by nobody has reached out to you. So if we could buy 2 years, see how it works in other communities.
That's a good idea, Deb.
I wouldn't vote against not having home delivery.
Yeah, I'm 100% on the same page as you. I would rather send it in for the 2 years and see how it goes with other communities, and we can revisit it then.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I think for the chief's sake, I'd like to do the same, just because, first of all, people are able to access it, so it's not like we're stopping anybody from getting it. Yes, we're probably making it harder for somebody who may have some disabilities to get to it. So that would be the only negative I can see to it. But is there, I would really prefer that there would be, at least to see how it plays out in other communities. My concern, obviously, is anything that's delivered could have problems. You know, I know alcohol is delivered, and yes, somebody has
You know
to.
something, I didn't even think of, like, I was thinking someone's gonna knock on the door and someone's gonna come and pick it up. But now that you're saying, like,
like
with people
DoorDash.
stealing Amazon packages and stuff, I guess,
No.
I don't know what
I'm
the,
assuming they're going to do it,
Like
I'm
they
assuming the
have-
law
someone has
basically
to
does it just like alcohol, where,
take it by hand.
you know, if you had a bottle of wine delivered from California, you have to sign for it, and you have to show your ID, and
Yeah.
you have to go through. I'm assuming, and I'm hoping, but again, without having it be something that's in place already.
Yep.
You know, so I would have no problem waiting the 2 years and asking for an
And your
extension.
point about people with disabilities, I think that probably if it was someone that needed it and couldn't get it, that at this point, they have someone that
Figure it out.
Already
picks
has
it
it.
up for them and gets it to them, so.
Okay.
So do we take a vote, or do we
Yeah,
just?
I do think as well, yeah.
Do you have a motion? There's one on there.
I wrote my own, but
Oh,
let's see
you
what
did?
this
Okay.
one says. I wrote my own, look at it, my own handwriting. All right. Move that the Select Board direct the town manager to submit a request to the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission for a municipal waiver pursuant to Chapter 65 of the Acts of 2026, allowing the town of Foxborough to continue prohibiting adult-use marijuana delivery within the town for the maximum period under state law.
Second.
For discussion, this was better than the one I came up with.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Can't have my job then.
Okay. Town manager's update?
Yes, okay, that's me too. All right, strategic plan update. We had our Founder's Day table. Thank you to all the board members to come to our table to visit. We had quite a few residents stop by and did some exercises with them. I have some results here. During the Founder's Day, if you came by our table, we had 2 exercises. One was a budgeting exercise where every resident was given 4 coins and they could fund the various departments. That one, schools came out by a wide margin, of course. Am I allowed to express my non-surprise on that one? About 1 in 5, which tracks with everything we're hearing. Fire was second at 37 coins, and Human Services was basically tied at 36. Police came in at 31. Library, Health, DPW in the 20s. Administration, that's us, we got, and land use got 16. At least we didn't do as bad as the town clerk, who got 6. So, poor Bob.
I had none when I was there.
It was clearly an engagement exercise. It's by no means statistically valid, and it was very self-selected, but it did sort of reinforce some of the findings of the survey, and it was a lot of fun. People really seemed to enjoy doing it. And the DPW was sort of worth noting, just because we did see through the, which I'll get into, the NCS, is that there are, you know, obviously concerns about street repair and sidewalks, and so that was somewhat reflected. So it was a fun exercise. The second one was a little less successful, but this was the postcard exercise where the residents had to write, "Dear Foxborough, in 5 years I hope to see," and it was open-ended responses. There were kind of 4 themes. One was getting around on foot and by bike. A lot of people mentioned bike lanes, bike paths, more walkable bike streets, sidewalks on South Street, Ahern sidewalks being redone, and fewer cars. So that was the most common theme. And then green space and environmental quality. People don't like air pollution. They want more trees. They don't want litter. And they want growth managed in a way that protects and makes Foxborough special. They like community events and activities. They really love Founder's Day. And then there was one comment, someone doesn't like the senior center being part of the community center. And another one wants outside lots of 12,000 square feet. Those are the one-offs. But basically, residents want a walkable infrastructure, they want green space, character preserved, and they want to feel connected to each other. And the sidewalk and bike lane requests are particularly consistent across all 3 exercises. So that was that day. So thank you to Katie and Mark Craig and Maura Buckley for taking a day off on Saturday and working with us. That was great. We actually had some fun. With respect to the survey that went out, residents did get that statistically significant survey, and then others were allowed to respond if they weren't chosen. So we had 471 randomly selected households with a 4.5% margin of error. 94%, you do have, by the way, a little, and we can put this on the website, you have a little handout there. 94% say Foxborough is a great place to raise children. 93% feel safe. 91% call it a great place to live, and 90% rate quality of life is high. So clearly, Foxborough is doing something right. 60% think the current spending is about right. So it's not overwhelming, but the residents want us to focus on essential services. Those are the top budget priority. Schools are close behind at 81%. 93% was the essential services. And then infrastructure was in the middle, with about half naming it as a priority, and sidewalks and pedestrian infrastructure were only at about 38%. So while we do have a strong sentiment, sometimes when you see it compared with others, it's less priority. Residents are not anti-growth. 78% say new development is beneficial, which is interesting because that's really not consistent with some of the verbal comments we get. 78% said the pace was workable, and 77% said it balanced preservation. So that was kind of a surprise. With respect to Gillette Stadium, 93% see the economic impact as positive, but traffic is 69% negative, and noise is 61% negative. So those are specific grievances. Public safety at events is split. 67% are positive, and 30% are concerned. We'd have to hone in a little bit on exactly what that means. The number worth addressing is that 65% are confident in town government. So it's still a majority, and it's solid against national benchmarks, but it does it's an outlier compared to the other 90%. So that's one of the things we've been working on with our communication and our transparency. There is obviously some concern around government. I think it's not just local, but all. With respect to how to reach the residents, 59% said the town website was their major source, and 50% said Fox Alerts. So there is some support for that. Town meetings is 48%. And then, so the practical takeaway is that digital is first, and the website and Fox Alerts need to be reliable. So bottom line is we're performing well on the things residents care about, but the friction points have to do with trusting government, maybe some infrastructure concerns. One of the concerns that was mentioned was utilities, and that's extra frustrating, as you know, because we don't necessarily control National Grid and Eversource. So I think a lot of those ratings sometimes go lower on utilities because they think we're in charge of the electricity, which we're not.
I think they want us to be in charge of the electricity.
They want us to be. And we will never. There hasn't been a new community electric company since the 1920s because National Grid would have to allow it. And guess who's not going to allow it? Right. National Grid.
And a lot of people still remember those 2 week-long outages, which have since been corrected tremendously.
Yeah.
But people
Foxborough still loses a lot of power, but it's a lot of poles down. Like, people hit a lot of poles in this town. It's really, I see another outage and then I hear there's an accident. I'm like,
what happened on Leonard Street?
We think it might be a tractor trailer that took down a pole.
Oh.
And then the wires went across the, it looks
That
like.
also
the-
shut
Oh,
down
I
the
should
railroad track.
be asking Amy. So what happened on Wall Street?
Maybe
No,
not.
it looked like a tractor trailer hit it, and
Oh, okay.
the lines went down across the thing, at least.
So that's
My
basically my
interpretation of the
update
picture.
on this Polco survey. Any questions on the survey or where we are?
No, this is good stuff.
Okay, great. So our next for the strategic plan is an open house, and that's going to be on September 29th from 3 to 7. So stay tuned, mark your calendars, if you want to be there. Okay, over to our favorite topic, World Cup. We did receive a letter from MBTA. I believe I mentioned this, but for residents that live along the railroad line, there will be increased idling during World Cup matches. The first match doesn't start till 9 p.m. The last train is not scheduled to leave Foxborough till after 3 a.m. The trains have to stay local. They will be idling. We do have a letter. It is what it is. I mean, it's going to be annoying, and I apologize for that. On June 11th, the police department is running an alcohol training for all liquor license holders that will be for during World Cup, specifically to train them how to deal with out-of-state licenses and passports. So Chief Grace and Katie are managing that. That's, what is that, 2 days? Thursday, maybe? Thursday, yep. There was a meeting this morning for commercial parking license holders to prep for traffic. Katie, any update on that? I mean, just...
No, it went great. Just leave early, probably about 90 minutes from when people leave their parking spot to get into queuing, and which I think will be helpful for the lot holders to know. And
They all showed up, so that's great. We have the World Cup resource document. You each got a copy of that. There's actually a better, well, not better, but the version that we really expect people to use is on the website. So if the residents can always just go to the website to the World Cup section. This is just a printout of sort of what's available. I did want to make sure. And that will evolve as we get updates, as we learn. We all think we're going to learn. You know, the first match is going to happen. Things are going to happen. We're going to have to figure things out. So this is a fluid situation. Just a reminder, no commercial parking licenses available, and short-term rentals are available as the selling of parking spaces. And lastly, just so you know, that the police department took over security at the stadium tonight at 6 p.m. They did a full sweep, and they're now in charge at the stadium, so they will be running that. We have some jobs open. Council on Aging substitute van driver, Council on Aging Human Services Program Coordinator, a shared services coordinator, regional epidemiologist, that's in the health department, and then a tree and parks and division laborer driver. And that's all I have for tonight.
Select board updates. One thing that was brought up to me, and it seems to be the appropriate time now, is that potentially doing an open house at the DVW for anybody who would like to see what they spent their money on.
Yeah.
The main project is 100% complete. The only thing that's outstanding is some paperwork on the HVAC contractor. We're still doing some renovation work on the existing building, some updates, but those are in process. But the request basically was that maybe we do an open house like we've done on other buildings, to allow people to come and see what it is. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for,
Great idea.
an idea to look at.
The landscaping looks beautiful.
The whole,
For
I'll tell you.
DPW, I drove by and I said, wow, that looks great.
No,
Chris had intended on doing one this spring, but because of the work, he opted to delay it. So he
Yeah.
does have that planned.
Okay. All right, so when that comes out,
Yeah.
that'll be,
He purposely delayed it because it just wasn't ready this spring.
yeah, okay. And actually, the building committee is going to do a similar thing with reviewing both the Taylor and the Borough School, just to get a good look at the MSBA process, what we're going to be facing. So we're going to review the Taylor School and then go over to the Borough and see what, changes were made there that could be made to the Taylor so that we have a better understanding as well. That process is moving along. It's currently in the stage that we're in. It's a 270-day period by their setup. We have finished 3 of the 6 items in less than 30 days. So like we did on the Borough, I think we will be at the front of the list which just keeps us moving faster because everybody else kind of stalls, and so the MSBA doesn't work on their projects. So I think we could, by the end of the summer, basically have all of our documentation done and in. The biggest thing most communities run into a problem on is getting that feasibility funding, which we've already done. So that really kind of helps us speed our process up. But a lot of work still to be done there, and once we get past and get into the feasibility stage, that's when we hire the architect and the owner's project manager to really start to assess what can we do with the building and what are the costs going to be that we're looking at. Other than that, I quite honestly thought Founder's Day was a nice community event. I thought about it, and actually it's kind of funny that somebody said that they liked community things and named Founder's Day, but I can't think of other towns that really have such an event that brings everybody together. And when you look at how many residents are down there after the parade, many just talking to each other, seeing, having some activities for the kids, which is great. But it really is a nice, a nice event for a community to have, and very proud that we do have it. So.
And a lot of work by the Founder's Day Committee.
To think that a lot of work by everybody involved. You're 100% right. You can tell just on again, the amount of stuff that's put there, and the activities that are done. And again, everybody seems to have a good time with it. So.
And they do it volunteer, out of the kindness of their
They're always
heart.
looking for new members.
Yes.
Always.
Can't imagine.
I don't know what it looks like behind the curtain, but in front of the curtain, they do a fabulous job.
I agree.
Well, and not even just like the residents, like the one thing I noticed, and I had two different people send me Joe from Joe's Butcher and Bay. We all love Joe. As we were going, all of a sudden he screamed, "Steph, can we take a picture?" And so I got like 2 or 3 people sent me. He put down like they were videoing, and then he took a couple pictures of people. And I've known Joe for a very long time and have been a patron of his when he worked at other places before he was even here. But he was so excited, and it's nice to see,
Like a new
businesses
set
in
of
town, excited for the event. And anyone else have anything about Founder's Day? I have one other thing, but if anyone wants to say anything about Founder's Day. I just want to mention, I told Paige on Saturday that I was going to steal her thunder. I think it was like maybe a toss-up between you and I who would say it, but I just want to say congratulations to Mr. Bodie. On Friday night, they did the ribbon cutting for Bodie Lane, and he called me, I think it was Wednesday, to see if I was coming. I forgot to respond to the invitation, and unfortunately I had to work, so I told him I was very, very disappointed, but please send me pictures. And so Susan sent me some pictures, and from what they said, obviously he's given us 30 plus years of volunteer service to this community. Of course, we all know him from conservation and how important that is to him. And so when I talked to him at Founder's Day, he was, because it was just the night before, he was still just so, like he just said, "Stephanie, it was incredible." And he was so honored. So, well-deserved honor. And congratulations, Mr. Bodie.
Anybody else have anything else?
That's it.
Nope.
Okay. Action items?
You mean all 100 of them? All right. Motion to approve the FY27 commercial parking licenses renewal as read. Do we have to read them?
No, this one we don't have to. I don't know why, but it's just, they're attached to the bottom of the agenda.
As attached.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none.
Motion to approve a common victualer's license application for Phoenix Theaters Foxborough LLC, doing business as Phoenix Theaters Patriot Place, 24 Patriot Place.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none.
Motion to approve an annual entertainment license application for Phoenix Theaters Foxborough LLC, doing business as Phoenix Theaters Patriots Place, 24 Patriot Place.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve a movie theater license application for Phoenix Theaters Foxborough LLC, doing business as Phoenix Theaters, Patriot Place, 24 Patriot Place.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve a change of hours application for GMRI Inc., doing business as the Olive Garden Italian Restaurant, number 1808 at 392 Patriot Place, to serve alcohol starting at 10 a.m. on Sundays.
Second.
So is this all Sundays? Is that what they're,
Well, what gives them the option to do all Sundays, but it's really mainly just for for Patriots home games starting at 1 p.m.
Okay.
So our list is very, very small.
Okay.
There's like 4 of them. So now I can just give that to Rich and his team for
okay,
hone it on.
great, thanks. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none?
Motion to approve a use of public way application for the Hockomock area YMCA's 2026 Spear Family Kindness for Kids 5K on September 12th, 2026 at 8 a.m. Race starts in the YMCA driveway, 67 Mechanic Street, and goes left on Mechanic Street, right on Railroad Ave, left on Bird Street, right on Baker Street, right on Chestnut Street, left on Pond Ave, Fox Hill Road, right on Chestnut Street, right on Mechanic Street, to the YMCA.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hearing none?
Motion to approve a one-day beer and wine license application for Normandy Farms Campground LLC, doing business as Normandy Farms Campground, located at 72 West Street, for an extra Beer Fest date in their series on July 4th, 2026, from noon to 4 p.m.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none?
Motion to approve 2 one-day beer and wine license applications for Tapped Beer Truck to host events at Normandy Farms Campground, 72 West Street, on June 12th and 13th from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Second.
Discussion, is there a reason that they don't apply for it, the TAP? I mean, they seem like the Normandy applies for certain ones and then
Because each beer truck has to do
Apply
it
the-
themselves,
themselves?
right?
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
thanks. So it's not who's hosting it, it's who's,
Yeah.
Who's pouring
Serve
it?
the alcohol.
yeah, thanks. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none?
Motion to appoint Gita Jakaraju to the Foxborough Cultural Council for a term to end May 31st, 2029.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Motion to appoint Zach Diorsi to the Employee Insurance Advisory Committee for a term to end May 31st, 2027.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Hearing none?
Motion to appoint Tracy Lorenz to the Employee Insurance Advisory Committee for a term ending May 31st, 2027.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none?
Motion to appoint David Opatka to the Conservation Committee for a term to end May 31st, 2029.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none?
Motion to accept the donation from Daniel J. Lynch and Eleanor L. Grant in the amount of $1,000 to sponsor the Fox in the Borough Woven.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to accept the donation from Sarah Caracillo in the amount of $400 for the 2026 Foxborough Youth Police Academy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none?
Motion to execute the purchase and sales agreements for 76 North High Street, Foxborough, Mass.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Not the next one.
Not the next one. Okey dokey. Motion to approve Select Board meeting minutes from May 26, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Doc, before you make the motion to adjourn, I just thought about it. I should have asked when it was maybe Europe. It's just a general question. A couple of people had asked, and I thought I knew the answer. The, I don't know what the formal name of it is, but the walkway there off of Cross Street, the soccer
Okay,
way,
yep.
right? People are not gonna be allowed down there, correct?
I'm pretty sure that's a no.
Yeah, because it's
Site
whole
is
security
secure,
and
right.
stuff like that. Just, maybe, we could have Mara put it on, if it's not already on. A couple of people have asked about it, and I said, I believe that whole thing is secure, no one, so,
Okay, I'll
Just
put,
for- yeah.
I'll ask Chief Grace and
yeah.
try to get more to
I was
put
pretty
something out.
sure I was right, but then I said, you know what, let me just, I meant to check with you, Paige.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Good night.
Hey.
Aye.